Hey guys, I'm Red, and this is LEGO DC Superheroes 6862, released in 2012 for just $20 with 207 pieces, 3 minifigures with one of which being exclusive. This is the Superman versus Power Armor Lex. And I don't have the original box, so a picture of it will be in the top left corner. And I guess we can look at the instructions. I can have those. Now, I'll be honest, the instructions aren't really anything special, but I do like the classic LEGO Superheroes logo there with the maybe like a prototype Superman. It's interesting that that's a little different than what we got. So it's cool to see that. It does have the Superman logo on the bottom right there. And when we flip to the first page, of course it is the classic LEGO instructions, which I always like seeing. 3 minifigures. And flip to another page. And of course it is the build. But you can see like these maybe LEGO Batman 2 era superheroes. So we get Superman with a different hairpiece, Joker, and Batman all scattered throughout the instructions. So pretty cool. Starting us off with our first minifigure, this is Lex Luthor. And of course, starting us off with the head is the classic Lex Luthor head with just a little bit of like jawbones and a super angry face. And you can see like maybe a little smirk going on in his cheek there, right below his lip. So pretty cool. Of course, it does just have a black suit. Super basic, but there is a little bit of negative space on the hips, which is pretty cool. There's a pocket square there, plain black arms, plain black legs, and very slight back printing because it was 2012, so LEGO wasn't really doing that yet. Up next is a Wonder Woman, and this figure is really cool. I really like her. She, of course, comes with the lasso of truth in that beautiful gold color. And the figure itself is really, really nice. I really like it. The hairpiece is beautiful. I really like the gold tiara up top there. You can see there's a little unfortunate damage, but I did get the set from my local Bricks and Minifig, so that does happen. It does get damaged LEGO when you buy it used. She's super pissed on the face there. See, she does have the gold and red torso detailing all around there to make it a classic Wonder Woman. There's some negative space in dark red for the hips there. You can see the blue and white trunks there with the stars detailing all around. She does have dual molded legs with, well, kind of. You can see from the front it looks dual molded, but then when we look at the back, you can see they were just red legs with some tan detailing there. So really interesting. They printed them in red instead of tan, but anyway, moving on. She does have just regular tan arms, and when we rip off her head, you can see there's a little bit of back printing with some back muscles, and the, I guess they're like belt, maybe? I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what that is. She does have a second expression where she's super happy, but after playing with this figure for like 15 or 20 minutes, for some reason, I can't like pull off the hair. Like, I don't know if it's like too tight or like the head is broken or something, but yeah, there is a second face, but I can't get to it. And last, but definitely not least, this is Superman, the Man of Steel, of course, comes with his classic black hairpiece with the little swirl on top there. You can see he kind of looks like Lex on the in the face there, just a little bit happier with the cheekbones and the, you know, super happy eyebrows going on there. Does come with the classic Superman red cape and the blue Superman suit with just a little bit of yellow and red sprinkled around. The classic Superman logo on his chest there with his six-pack there, looking pretty, looking nice for a LEGO minifigure. Looking at the back, you can see there's more back muscles continuing on the back, and his belt just wraps all around. And when we rip off his hair, you can see maybe a little more stern face there, or maybe like a interrogation face, I guess. And finally, here is the set itself, Lex Luthor's Power Armor. And this is really nice. I really like all the colors with the trans green, the regular green, and just a little bit of purple sprinkled around. So how about we start with his legs? Starting off with the robot's feet here, you can see right away there is a couple 2x2 slopes, just modified to give it a little lip there. Moving on, you can see like all throughout there's like a bunch of slopes and purple pieces to give it a little more detail and a little more feet shape, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, looking pretty cool for 2012. Moving up the legs, you can see there are these massive like 2x6 slopes, or sorry, 4x6 with the 2x2 slopes on the front there in that trans green color, looking all pretty. There's a couple of 2x2 reverse slopes on the back to give it a little more support so it doesn't fall completely backwards. And there is some grill pieces on his legs there. Just, you know, add more detail, which I always like. And right before the waist, there are some more 1x2s, which I like to think all of these like green pieces are maybe like kryptonite powered or something, but yeah. On the waist, you can see that it is made up of this ratchet joint. So, very easy to move, very simple, really fun, actually. I really like it. See, there's some green, some purple, and some even dark gray. You know, there's a vent there, just some different kind of pieces to make up his waist. And I can't really do this with one hand, but if we grab him by the legs, you can turn him on the waist because it is just on a Technic axle, so there's a lot of movement going on here. Moving on to the arms, they are almost identical, but there's one major detail we will look at later. So it is just all on ball joints with more of these 2x2 slopes pieces. They do have some bar and clip elements to make up the fingers and the hands, so super cool that they use this like gunmetal gray with the trans green. Surprisingly looks really well, and I really like that they did that. It looks really nice. Same thing over here on the right arm, the 2x2 slopes, the gunmetal gray fingers, and yeah, this one does have a Technic brick. You can have Lex Luthor's massive gun just very easily slip into place there, like that, and you can grab onto it and shoot at Superman, so pretty cool. And the blaster itself is made up of a bunch of different black pieces, like this super massive like Technic one here. You get the car piece there with the grill on top and a 1x2 slope just to add maybe like a cooling factor or something. Get a couple more Technic pieces there with a blue pin and that kryptonite piece, you know, encased in the gun so he can blast Superman with kryptonite and, you know, maybe kill him. On the tip there is a couple of clear pieces and this another trans green piece to like give it detail that it's like shooting off towards Wonder Woman or Superman. And there is, of course, just a Technic axle in the middle there to attach it to the gun. And there is actually, if we open up his hand again, you can see there's another Technic piece to give it the effect that he's actually holding it. So, pretty cool. And of course, there's this massive, like, kryptonite powered cord going to his back, which maybe powers like a jetpack or something. I'm not exactly sure what this back piece is here, but you do get the astromech droid body with two 2x2 purple circle pieces. So, yeah, pretty cool. There's nothing really else on the back, so that's about it. Even kind of like the front cockpit here, there's nothing too much going on except for this, like, super big Star Wars cockpit piece, I guess. I don't really know what else to call it. But there is a couple studs where Lex can sit down and control the robot with these two levers, so pretty cool. And yeah, trapping Lex inside, you can see he does fit pretty well. It's kind of tight, but it works for just him. And when I put the camera down and have both hands available, we can look at the full range of motion of the Power Armor robot. So like I said, you can move both legs side to side, left and right. You can move both of the feet just to give it a little more, maybe like a dance or something. Can move the arms because it's just on ball joints. The fingers close. The blaster hand is kind of limited because of the big cord, but there is enough slack where it does work very well. And looking at our minifigures side to side to the robot, I do like the scale. I like how massive the robot is next to the figures. I think it would work well in like a city or like a downtown like fighting stage, like, you know, Metropolis, of course. So pretty cool. But that's really all I have to say about this Lego DC superhero set. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. I really liked getting these 3 figures. I got the set for $15, but back in the day, even $20 is a steal for 3 beautiful minifigures. 200 pieces, can't really complain. So, yeah. But most importantly, what do you guys think about this Lego set, though? Why don't you leave a comment down below and let me know. And while you're down there, hit like, subscribe. It's easy, it's free. And I don't know what the next video is going to be yet, but it'll be something just as cool as this.